Grand Rising family, this is Judah the Hebrew. I received an email last night, maybe 11:30 or so, from someone by the name of Kyle Morales. And they titled it Sharing My Experience. How easily we get confused. Now, this person is not combative. They're not coming at me with arrogance. But there is an issue. So I'm going to read the email that they sent. And it says, "Hey, I'm watching your videos live, and you are motivating and inspiring me to try to figure out the Sabbath, a battle you have already went through, and I'm grateful and thankful for you to share your wisdom, knowledge, and experience. You're welcome. In good conscience, faith, and goodwill, I must share my experience and perspective with you, and what you do with it is your choice and up to you at that point." Now, what I'm about to read next is the issue that clearly to me they have. This was talking about the new moon. They say, "I have heard on 2 occasions." This was the video I did yesterday or last night. "I have heard on 2 occasions you mention that the moon basically gets its light from the sun. They say, in my experience, I find that cannot be true and is just another lie tied to the heliocentric model we all are taught over here. I spent 6 months obsessively weighing carefully on this lie to see it for what it is. It's very subtle and hard to see as we are taught at a young age and just becomes part of our worldview." Now, I want y'all to keep this one thing in mind. And this is not a retaliation. This is not an arrogant response. But I see one of my family members need guidance. And this is what I'm supposed to do. So I'm not doing this in a rebuttal with an arrogant twist. I'm just simply going to try and show them their error. This person said, "I spent 6 months," that's quite a bit of time, "obsessively weighing carefully on this lie to see it for what it is. It's subtle and hard to see as we are taught at a young age, and it just becomes part of our worldview." So they wanted me to watch a video, and please, do not send me any videos. Please. This is one of the main reasons I'm always having to help somebody see the light, because they went to somebody's video. Now, it's fine if that's what you want to do, but don't send it to me. This is my journey. I'm walking this journey, and I am seeking and delivering truth that I find. And when I find that truth, I bring the scripture to back it up. So please, don't send me any videos. I'm not interested. Please. They say, "Here's a video about flat earth not the moon specifically, but that's what you said. I have heard on 2 occasions you mentioned that moon basically gets its light from the sun. That's the whole concept and the content of this entire message you sent me. So I'm going to deal with that because everything else is irrelevant. The video that you want me to look at, it does not relate to this subject. So, she said, he said, she said, I'm not sure. It's a big rabbit hole, and I understand if you don't accept what I say. And I don't. Not out of despite, but I know that you're in error. Here are a few scriptures about the moon. Okay, now we're back on the moon. So let's see. Genesis chapter 1 and verse 16. And it reads, "And the Creator made 2 great lights, the greater light to rule the day, and the lesser light to rule the night. He made the stars also." Can't deny that. But what does that have to do with the lesson I taught yesterday concerning the new moon? So let's take a look at the context of Genesis 1:16 so we can get a clear understanding of what it's about. Genesis chapter 1 verse 16 states that the Creator created 2 great lights, the greater light, the sun, to rule the day, and the lesser light, the moon, to rule the night, along with the stars. This verse highlights the Creator's creation of celestial bodies to serve as markers of time, light sources, and signs, rather than being worshipped. So let me ask this question. What does that have to do with the new moon? Where is the context? Let me give you a little bit better breakdown. The verse refers to the sun and the moon, which are considered great due to their significant impact on the earth, providing light and marking time. The sun is the primary source of light and warmth during the day, and its presence governs the daylight hours. So, the moon, this is the part that this person disagrees with. The moon reflects, and we're going to go through Enoch to prove this point. The moon reflects the sun's light and guides the night, serving as a beacon in the darkness. What does the moon do? It reflects the sun's light. You said that this is a lie. This is from the book. The stars are also mentioned as part of the Creator's creation, adding to the beauty and vastness of the celestial realm. Then he brought Isaiah chapter 13 and verse 10. "For the stars of heaven and the constellations thereof shall not give their light. The sun shall be darkened in its going forth, and the moon shall not cause her light to shine." So let's get an understanding of Isaiah 13 and 10. It is a description of cosmic upheaval and a sign of the Creator's judgment. It depicts the stars and constellations losing their light, the sun being darkened, and the moon ceasing to shine. This imagery symbolizes a period of darkness and despair, reflecting the complete removal of guidance, hope, and light in the face of the Creator's wrath. So let's elaborate a little bit. The cosmic upheaval. The verse paints a picture of the heavens themselves being affected by the Creator's judgment. The loss of light from the stars, constellations, sun, and moon suggests a complete cessation of celestial order and light. Judgment and darkness. The imagery is often used in prophetic, that's the key word, prophetic. This is what the name is Kyle, so I'm gonna assume it's a brother. This is what Brother Kyle is not getting, he's not understanding. This imagery is often used in prophetic. This is a prophecy that has not come to pass, neither are those that I just went over. Isaiah chapter 13, verse 10, Ezekiel chapter 32, verse 7, those are prophetic. The darkening of the sky mirrors the darkness and despair that will befall those who are being judged. The symbolic language, the verse uses symbolic language to express the severity and completeness of the Creator's judgment. The loss of celestial light is a powerful symbol of the removal of the guidance and the hope. Now, Isaiah 13 in the context. The chapter in which this verse is found focuses on the destruction of Babylon. We're talking about a future prophecy regarding the Americas and probably some other Western hemispheres, symbolizing the judgment that will, not has, will befall those who are enemies of the Creator's people. It is a prophecy. It has absolutely nothing to do with the new moon. Now, Ezekiel 32 and verse 7. And when I shall put thee out, I will cover the heaven and make the stars thereof dark. He will do that. That's going to happen. It has not happened. When you go out tonight, look up in the sky, you will see stars. You will probably see the new moon. You should. So this has not happened yet. So I don't see the point of these scriptures or these books that you sent. Ezekiel 32 verse 7, and when I shall put thee out, I will cover the heaven and make the stars thereof dark. I will cover the sun with a cloud, and the moon shall not give her light. I fail to see a connection with the lesson that I taught yesterday. Ezekiel chapter 32 and 7 in the context states that when the Creator snuffs out Egypt, or the individual being addressed, he will cover the heavens, darken the stars, cover the sun with a cloud, and the moon will not give its light. This verse uses vivid imagery to depict the destruction and darkness that will fall upon Egypt, America, similar to an eclipse where the light of the sun and moon is obscured. Here's a more detailed breakdown. This signifies the ultimate judgment. Are we in the ultimate judgment? No, we're not. This signifies the ultimate judgment and the destruction of Egypt by the Creator. I will cover the heavens. This imagery suggests a darkness that will engulf the entire kingdom, symbolizing a loss of hope and glory. Stars were seen as symbols of rulers, nobles, and important individuals in society. Their darkness signifies the destruction of those powerful figures. Cover the sun with a cloud. The sun is a symbol of the king or ruling power. Being covered by a cloud indicates the loss of the king's authority and his power. The moon will not give its light. The moon can symbolize queens, priesthoods, or other aspects of royal power. Its lack of light signifies the end of a dynasty or kingdom's influence. Essentially, the verse uses cosmic imagery to portray the devastation and darkness that will befall Egypt, the coming America, the Americas, highlighting the loss of light, power, and glory. And they say, Kyle, I am not trying to correct or teach, but that's certainly what it sounds like. Just sharing my experience. I'm wondering, what experience are you referring to? And their perspective. And like I said, Kyle is not belligerent. He's not aggressive. He's polite, respectful, but he's in error. And now it's time for me to show my people the error of their way. Kyle said, I get a lot from you sharing, trying to do the same. I hope this didn't come across wrong, as I'm not the best writer. Thanks again for all your work, knowledge, and I'm grateful. I appreciate that, Kyle. And like I said, Kyle is not being arrogant. Kyle truly believes the message that he believed was embedded in those scriptures that he sent me. He believes that. And this is not new. This is not uncommon. I deal with this all the time. I deal with it all the time. But let's go to Enoch, because Kyle said that when I said the moon gets its light from the sun, Kyle said that was a lie. Now, maybe it could be that Kyle does not have the necessary books to obtain the information that he needs. And I see that a lot. I'll see a lot of people come at me in opposition only to discover that they are half loaded. They don't have full arms. They're not very equipped. So they come to me in opposition, either trying to discredit me or expose me or reveal my lack of study. Either way, I get this all the time. And this is the reason I try to stay on my toes, because I can't ignore what my Creator told me to do in circumstances like this. And I'll show you that at the end of this video. Enoch chapter 72 and verse 3. Listen closely. Every month at its exit, we're talking about the moon, and interest, it becomes changed. And its periods are as the periods of the sun. And when in like manner its light is to exist, its light is a seventh portion. Let me just interject something right here. This seventh portion, these are the 7 daily, these are the 7 days of each week. And the moon is keeping track. Its light is a seventh portion from the light of the sun. Kyle, did you get that? Its light is a seventh portion from the light of the sun. I got more for you. Isaiah chapter 58 and verse 1. Cry aloud, don't spare their feelings. Lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and show my people their transgressions, and the house of Jacob their sins. Kyle, this is the reason for this video. Not to be combative, not to be retaliated. I'm not retaliating against you. But you need to understand before you bring something like this, especially to somebody like me, make sure you got all your ducks in a row. Okay? As Enoch said, its light is a seventh portion. Where? From what? The light of the sun. I rest my case. Peace, Kyle.